Hello, and welcome back to Liam Doesn't Know Ball. It's been a minute since I sat down to chat Villa. Speaking of Villa, look at my birthday present slash Black Friday deal. It's so new. Oh, and also back there, I finally got the away kit, and behind that is actually the 21-22 third kit. They are so brand spanking new. I stayed up until my equivalent of like 4 in the morning because the delivery man, see, cutting the tag off live. But yeah, we're not here to talk about kits right now. I got plenty to buy from this season. Anyway, I am here to do a. We're basically a third of the way through the season. 13 games in out of a 38 game season. That's pretty much a third of the way on the head. So I'm going to kind of just do a quick little. I'm just talking crap. I mean, I just got done with like a 9-hour shift. We're not getting into that. Just wanted to do a third through. We're about to head into the festive fixture. Just kind of a state of the club. I haven't done a whole lot of thinking, just kind of, initially gathering my thoughts. And the big thing that I want to say is like in a vet, like if you knew no context and before a ball was kicked uh, against Newcastle, if you said, hey, at the end of November, last day, was that the last day of November? Yes, because it was a Sunday. Um, going in, last day of November, you will be fourth, tied for third in the Premier League. You'll be third in the Europa League table. You've only lost one match. Like, if you looked at that, you'd be like, if you're a Villa fan, you're like, hell yeah, we're doing great in Europe. We're doing pretty good in the league. You would be very happy. Like, it would be a, hey, we're carrying on. Like, this project is continuing to gain steam. Because it is. But it's honestly when you think about how bad the start is that it makes the run even better. And you know what? Liverpool has been so bad that no one notices. Um and listen, there's a if you're a football YouTuber who covers more of the league just generally, you will know Villa fans like to yell at you. Um, listen, talk to any Villa fan. Or talk to any football YouTuber. Not that I know any, but like they always say like, "Oh, Villa fans like to yell at me," which is true. You're somewhat of malcontents of a fan base, which is why I love it. Um, yeah. So general state of the club trending upwards. We're going into the festive fixture. Let's talk about Wolves because I think that it's one of those things of like, oh, Villa struggled to beat Wolves, and it's a bit true. Wolves came out very aggressively, but they did kind of subdue. I'm not going to get into that. Don't let me get into that because otherwise this video will go off the rails. But we got to win. And fun fact: Boubacar Kamara, over 100 appearances for Aston Villa, only 2 goals, and one of them was against Spurs on the final day. Another one was against Everton in the League Cup in the 23-24 season. Yes, that's exactly what it was. And a 2-1 loss to Everton at home. And I commented on the Instagram, Booba on the score sheet today. I feel it. CDM with 2 goals, and I just called his third, and what a goal it was. But okay, but if you're like, okay, they're taking on bottom of the league Wolves and everything at home, the Fortress of Villa Park, and now they're going to Brighton, and Brighton are much better. Yeah, we also have a good record against Brighton. We crushed them 3-1 at the Amex last season. No, 3-0 at the Amex last season. And then the season before, the 23-24 season, we lost on not even a penalty, where basically Robin Olsen was the only player who showed up. And if Robin Olsen is the only player who shows up for Villa, we are in trouble. Sorry, I'm getting a little loud. Yeah, it wasn't even a penalty. It was the rebound off the Joao Robin Olsen saved it. Taking a little page out of Emi Martinez's book, being a penalty hero. Unfortunately, scored on the rebound, which didn't that help us recently? Yeah, someone missed a penalty and they just scored the follow up. I barely know my name. I am shocked I remember as much Villa as I do because it's just in there. Now, let's talk about some individual players. Now, I have been harping on all summer about how there's still a spot for Buendia. There's still a spot. There's still a spot in the squad. Who's right? Me. Because he's been. Now, the last two games haven't been as good, but. And I'm talking specifically about against Wolves and who did we play in Europe? Young Boys. He wasn't as good, but he's been making an impact. He's been changing the game, keeping Harvey Elliott completely even out of the squad. Um, yeah, so that's been good. Although at the 10 we were quite deep. Who else? Oh, Matty Cash. I have been a big defender of Matty Cash for a very long time, all last season, because I'm like, is he upgradable? Yes. I think this has been my stance on this channel for a very long time. And because I think it's the correct stance. Is he upgradable? Yes. He's not the best right back in the world, therefore he is upgradable. But he's been very consistent this season. He has been probably the most consistent performer, aside from maybe Boubacar Kamara, who is criminally underrated, but you know what? That's okay. Just because I know it's going to try and poach him. But yeah, if you're for some reason not a Villa fan but watching this, next time you watch Villa play, Boubacar Kamara, he's the guy. And then someone who I didn't anticipate having two players who I was wrong about. I was critical of Pau Torres. I've changed my tune recently, but I'm gonna address it because it's a whole review of a third of the way in. His defending has improved a lot. Like when he was taking on Adama Traore, he was getting stuck in there. I said that in my post match at the time. He has been defending very well. Like I am almost like I was getting Mings to sign a new contract in ideal. I don't know. Now, granted, seasoned Premier League center back, like, and he can. Basically, I think that he and Victor Lindelof, I think that makes a wonderful center back partnership. Very experienced. For if we draw like I don't know, some National League side in the third round of the FA Cup. Let them play it just to give Consa and Torres a rest and, just. Now, I don't. That's way down the line. But, yeah, Pau Torres. And, it's funny because last year we didn't score as many goals and we started on a really terrible goal scoring record this season. And trust me, I'm going to get to the source of that in a second. But Torres, he really does offer more going forward. Like, we're seeing that just in how valuable he is. But I've talked about Pau Torres. I've held my hands up and said, like, I was wrong. Now, let's talk about a player who I don't want to say that I'm wrong about, but someone who hasn't been meeting expectations is Ollie Watkins. And, there are people who like yes, Ollie has always been very streaky. Like that has always been his thing. There was a stat when he was going on that incredible run in the 22-23 season that his brace against Newcastle, again, this was at home in the 23-24 season. That was his first brace since lockdown, so at least 2 years since he had scored more than one goal in a match. But he will get you goals consistently. But look, I'm not pulling it up because I forgot to do it and I don't feel like editing. You will notice massive streaks where he does not score. And we needed him. And he wasn't scoring the goals to start, but neither was anyone else, but like that is the striker's job and something he gets a little huffy about when other people score. But whatever, we're gonna put that aside. Now with that being said, he does incredible work for the team. No one works harder than him. No one works harder than Ollie Watkins. But and for the record, I do not get that selling Duran was the wrong decision. If you say Duran didn't want to be here anymore, he went off, made himself very rich. I do not begrudge that. He grew up in poverty. Do what you have to do to protect yourself and provide for yourself and your family so you never have to go into poverty again. I do not begrudge that at all. He didn't want to play at Villa anymore. He had a tough relationship with Emery, but he more goal scorer. He's an okay finisher, but he's not that scruffy, can just scruff him in, do whatever he has to do, be big and physical, and just bang him in by any means necessary. That's just not his game. His game. Now the goals are coming. I would like to see him get more goals, of course. But, I think that this is a time where a lot of the core players who, when I started watching in the 21-22 season, um, they're probably getting to the point where, like, okay, it's time to move them on because they want to, um, go to another product. Fine. Um, maybe they aren't at that elite level anymore. At where Villa are right now, maybe we've outgrown them. Emi Buendia was looking like that in the summer. Or, maybe age. Don't want to say any age or anything, but, at some point you retire. Like I think that Mings could be in that conversation. I know he signed a contract, but I just don't. He hasn't been around, and it sounds like this injury, and it's devastating about Mings because he loves the club so much. He's been around here so long. It will be very sad, and he's put a lot of shit under Gerrard, and basically the national media being like, "Oh, he's crap," blah blah blah. Gerrard. Now I'm just kind of rambling, but yeah. Um, back to Ollie Watkins, who this point was initially about. He might be moving on, and I don't think selling him in the summer was going to be the right move. Just to be clear, even considering he's only scored one goal, I don't think that would have been the answer because again, he works the system so well. And, I don't think it would have been able to spend it anyway on someone better than Ollie Watkins. I know listen, the January transfer window right around the corner. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not getting too into it. All right, that's 13 minutes of RAM. Perfect, because that's all I kind of wanted to talk about so far. In a vacuum, good. Even better when you consider how crap we started. That crap start is it happened. We have to address it. Sorry, I got distracted. It looked the little white outlining looked a little fake, but I got this from Classic Football Shirt, so I know it's legit. Today, enjoy the festive pictures. I will be working my ass off for my job, but I'm going to watch the Villa as much as I can, even means watching it at work. Thank you for watching, and up the Villa.